Okay, just tell me your name.
My name is Safari.
And Safari, what do you do?
I just basic operation of the park every day.
And which park is it? Tell me about
G.W.WildlifeZoo.
the park. Okay, in Wynnewood,
In Wynnewood, Oklahoma. Yeah.
Okay, and how long have you been here?
I'd say about 7 years now.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And who is this that we were...
Oh, that's Bobby Max.
Hi, Bobby Max.
Sweet Bobby Max.
Bobcat.
Yep.
And you were telling us about what happened
In
to your arm.
2013, yeah, I got bit by one of my adult tigers. And like I was telling y'all, I had the choice to go through 2 years of reconstructive surgery or amputation, and I just couldn't stand the thought of 2 years in the hospital.
Wow.
There's just so much to do here. There was, and my initial thought when I got bit wasn't, oh my God, what's happening to me? It was, oh my God, what's going to happen to the park? Like that was just my initial thought. So after 7 days in the hospital, 1 surgery to amputate my hand, I was back on park.
Oh my gosh.
And just trying to do, what is it called? Cleanup. Got to clean everything up now because the media likes to just blow it up to, someone got mauled by a tiger at the Wynnewood Zoo, and that was just the worst thing. I had nightmares of it. Because there is about 1,800 animals on this park that if this park was to shut down, they have nowhere to go.
Wow.
And that was my initial thought. I mean, what are they going to do because of a mistake that I made? Because that's what it was. It was complacency on my end. I've worked with them. Up until that point, I've worked with them for about 4 years and never had an issue. But when you get complacent, when you think you know better, that's when someone gets hurt. And I'm just so glad that it was just me that got hurt and no animals and not the park. And,
wow.
Yeah.
That shows that your heart's in the right place for this park.
Like I said, that was the biggest travesty, is that there was so much of an opportunity for people to take advantage of that. And believe me, they tried, and they're probably still trying. All we can do is continue to do the work we do every single day to make sure that we are doing right by them. They have no option but to be here with us. We can't return them to the wild.
Right.
And we obviously can't set them free here in America, So all we can do is do best by them while they're here.
Right. And you said because you're one of the owners,
it was easier to take the backlash and nothing could happen to the animal but that's why it's so important to have standard protocols, safety protocols, and every volunteer here knows that. You don't stick your hand through cages. You don't even climb a barrier if you're not, not supposed to. You don't work with an animal that you're not, qualified to handle.
Like this one, this looks like a beautiful house cat, and
it does,
yet
doesn't it?
you have to still be careful.
Absolutely. He has his wild exotic animal in him, and he's always going to have it. He's still a stalk predator, so if something small was to run across his cage, he'd still chase it.
Right, and then we go clear from that to this guy. What's this one's name?
Oh, that is Jughead.
Jughead?
Jughead's a big male
Hi,
tiger.
Jughead.
Yep.
And was Jughead raised here?
Nope, Jughead is actually a rehome. Yep, he came here to us, I can't remember where from. And he's been here about 4 years now.
Wow.
Yep, and he's tall. He's very, very tall.
He's beautiful.
Yeah,
Steph, can I ask you a question? I'm just curious, what caused you to have this passion and calling, or what do you think?
In Hawaii.
Oh,
Believe it or not. Yeah, and in Hawaii you cannot own tigers. I've wanted a tiger since I could say tiger. If it had a tiger on the cover of a book or a cover of a movie, doesn't even matter what that movie or book is about, I wanted it. My blankets were tigers, my everything was tigers. So when I joined the military when I was 19, and when I raised enough money and got educated enough about it, I went ahead and got me a tiger.
Wow.
Yeah.
At home. Started at home?
But it was probably the stupidest thing I've ever done.
Oh,
you need to be so much more educated than you think you need to be.
So that you don't get hurt and they don't get hurt.
And thankfully I found this place. As soon as I Googled this place too. I was at Lawton Fort Sill, transitioning out of the Army at this time. And I Googled this place and found Joe and talked to him about it, came here, and I never left since that day.
Wow.
Wow.
Literally never left.
And how long has that been now?
7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, congratulations on finding your life's passion.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
beautiful.
That's exactly what it is. And now, like, my family sees pictures and they're like, oh my God, you really did. You got a tiger.
A lot of tigers.
220 of them now. But
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we have so enjoyed our time here today.
Good. I'm so glad.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank
It's
you so much.
it's you guys and partnerships that make this place continue to be it. Honestly.
We did not
Could
know
not
this
do
was
it on
here.
our own.
No,
Yeah.
I don't
in
know
the
how many
middle of
times I've driven
Oklahoma.
by. And
It is. It's in a weird, wacky spot, but that's the point, you know, is to bring the education of what we're trying to press. And there's so much that he's pressing out. My biggest thing is the animals, you know.
Yeah.
People think that we are putting them in this cage and we're making money off of them for our sake. There is literally nowhere else for them to go. We're the largest big cat rescue in North America. There's nowhere else for them to go.
Wow.
If we were to say, if you had a tiger and you said, "Hey, Sav, can you come out and just rescue this tiger?" and I was to tell you no, that tiger would get put down that day.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom line.
Wow. I got chills.
See, you're educating me. 'Cause I mean, when we first
I
started
mean-
walking through, it was like, oh, it's such a shame they're not
Right,
out, you know,
right.
in the
And-
jungle.
And that's another thing is we don't only just say, okay, this is your cage, this is your home for the rest of your life, good luck, and you know, we interact with them every single day. We get them to a place where they become good display animals. They sit at the front of the cage and enjoy you guys as much as you guys enjoy them.
Aw.
And that way we can donate them to these bigger, more financially stable zoos, and they can live in these $1 million enclosures, and they're better display animals, you know? You guys
Yeah.
can, have you guys
Wow.
ever been to a zoo where
Yes.
you go up to the cage and it's huge? I mean, you can see it, it's huge,
Yeah.
but you don't see a tiger inside?
Uh-huh.
That's because they're catching them out of the wild. And that tiger knows nothing about you except you
terrified.
put me in this cage. They don't want nothing to
And they
do
hide
with
in a
you.
little cave all
You're
day.
darn right.
But
They
they say
hide
there's-
somewhere in a bush, somewhere in a $1 million enclosure, don't see a single tiger all day because they don't want to see you. And that is the goal. If they have to be here in captivity, which they all do, then the goal is to make them the best captive animal they can be
Well adjusted.
without hurting them in any way.
Where
You know,
they're-
we don't train them. We don't tell them to sit when we tell them to sit. They're just conditioned to know that we are providers of food, providers of care, providers of love, because that's a very important thing. And then they do that.
That's wonderful.
They come when
Just
we
like
call.
Joe Kidd.
They hug and love, and you know, it's just that's the beauty of what
my
we're doing every single
I
day.
know.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad
Oh,
you
yeah.
came
for
over
what you're
here.
doing.
It's a dedication, you know. Every employee that you guys saw today on the tour and whatnot, or just walking through the park, they are volunteers. They dedicate their entire life to this park.
Wow.
They live here on park or somewhere nearby, and every single day they are here from morning to night. Making
Thank
sure
you.
every animal is cleaned, fed. Are you chasing her, little
Yeah,
man?
I saw a little girl run by.
Told
I was
you,
like,
he's a
hello.
snow predator.
I'm going to stalk you.
That's amazing. What a great story. Thank you so much.
You guys are very welcome.
Thank
Thank you guys
you.
for coming out. I promise you.
Tell me one more
it
time the
helps a
name of the
lot
park
more.
and where it is. And how people-
G.W.WildlifeZoo in Wynnewood, Oklahoma.
Okay, you guys all, you need to check it out and come see this.
Yeah.
It's an incredible
That's
hidden
exit
gem.
64, I-35.
Exit 64, I-35.
Yeah.
Yes, we love you too.
Thanks, Saf.
Thank you. God bless, Seth.